hey, what is the pathway? What is the exit where we want to get on the highway and we want to get on the interstate? Well, with blockchain projects, blockchain is the way to transfer value. The internet transferred information, instantaneous at real time. With Connect, it is the sales and marketing platform where you're going to see there's about 12 to 15 different projects. And we have new projects I'm going to tell you about tonight that we're getting ready to launch, and you'll be some of the first to hear about those projects. If you look at blockchain technology, Uber used other people's cars, Airbnb used other people's homes. Blockchain uses other people's computers. And there's a slide, for example, coming up in just a second that I'll give you an example of how the cell phone industry used my family's land, just like blockchain uses other people's computers. Now, we'll warn you, once you hear about the blockchain, it's like you never noticed how many cars are on the road like the one you're driving until you bought it. Anybody else have that happen, or is it just me? They were there before, but it's the reticular activating system, RAS for short. Your brain is designed to block most of the things out and only allow things in that serve your goals. So you see what you're looking for. Now that I'm mentioning blockchain, you're going to start hearing about BlackRock getting involved, Fidelity. You're going to hear about Bitcoin, the halving that's coming up in April. It's all over the news. You're going to start hearing people like I have recently talking about the digital gold rush. You're going to start hearing how people are going, look, our grandchildren will never know what it's like to use paper money. They're going to use what? You use paper for money? That's the craziest thing I've ever experienced. My wife and I are driving down the highway the other day, and she's getting a text. Like, what are you doing? Because I saw money. And she's like, I'm transferring money to the children to go get something to eat, right? Digitally transferring that money. We didn't have dollar bills, right? So our grandkids will not know what it's like to use paper for money. And so when you look at the blockchain, not only is it safer, it's the technology of which cryptocurrency is built. It's growing, it's adopted faster than any technology in history. So it's growing faster than the internet back in 1996. So it's easy to say now, oh my gosh, I wish that I was involved in the internet when it first got started. I wish I was involved and they would allow me to invest in Uber or Airbnb or Microsoft or Apple when they first got started. We didn't do that. We missed it. That ship has sailed. But when you look at blockchain growing faster than those and adopted faster than any technology in history, and it's impacting every single industry in the entire world. Matter of fact, I printed off the front page of an article from the World Economic Forum in 2021. Here's the title: Blockchain could disrupt $867 trillion in traditional businesses. There are now 420 million cryptocurrency users or owners worldwide. And Elon Musk said, look, it's a far better way to transfer value than a piece of paper, that's for sure. How do you participate? We're going to talk about becoming a node owner. Now, some of you may be like I am. 6-7 months ago, I don't even know what that is, right? Sorry, a little node humor there. And I felt embarrassed, but I'm like, am I supposed to know what that is? But then they explained it to me that made so much sense. So being a node owner is something that you can just do, and we'll show you how you can host it in the cloud, not even have to put it on your computer, and yet you have the ability to generate rewards. And then you can help other people become node owners as well. And this is happening so fast. I was recently at a dealership, and the manager's like, hey, man, how's business going? And I go, hey, I'm really excited about blockchain. Believe it or not, I didn't even know what it really meant 7 months ago. And he's like, man, I love blockchain. So he's like, can you give me some information? I sent him a couple of videos. He's like, hey, I want to get some nodes. That was so easy. I was in Charlotte this weekend talking to another guy. I was like, hey, what do you do? I said, well, I'm really excited about some blockchain projects. And he's like, man, I have been researching and learning more and more and more. I would love to know more about how I could be involved in some of those projects. So what is a node? Remember we talked about Airbnb used other people's homes, Uber used other people's cars. Well, when we had a cell phone company reach out to us and go, look, we can't buy land all over the world, and we don't need to buy land all over the world. We just come to people like you, and they're paying us a lot of money over several years to use a little small part of our land to put one of their towers. How many of you would love to have that? Let me tell you what's really nice, because it doesn't bother us at all if you can't even see it, and yet we got paid a lot of money to allow them to put that on our property. If you look at, for example, you go to get an Uber. When you click that you want an Uber, and it looks for the type of car. Do you want an SUV? Do you want a car? It looks for the route. It takes the payment, the ratings. All of those are computer transactions. So what a node is you're using other people's computing power, which now the technology has evolved where you can actually, it's software. So you're purchasing software. When they use your software, your cell phone tower, you're getting rewarded because it's your tower. The same difference, even though it sounds strange at first, you're like, that makes sense. They used other people's cars for Uber, other people's houses for Airbnb, other people's properties for a cell phone tower. I can purchase a node and I get rewarded for the transactions that happen on my node. Now, you can pause this on the replay. You can take a screenshot. These are the disclaimers, right? When I talk about it, I go, look, high risk, high reward. Some of the things we're going to talk about, we're getting ready to launch. They're forward-looking statements, right? And I'm not a financial advisor. So I'm going to say, do your own research and then make the decision based off of the information that you receive and what you feel is best for you. Now, if you look at our legal team called Blockade, I'll just bring one person to your attention. If you look up Ken Cuccinelli, he was the former Attorney General for the state of Virginia. He was the head of Homeland Security, Homeland Security for Virginia, or for our country, back in 19 through 2021, I believe. But again, if you Google him, you will see we've got massive legal power, making sure that we do the right things, okay, which is important for me because I'm not in this just to be in it for a short period of time. When I'm putting everything on my life on pause, when it comes to businesses and everything that I've been doing for years, to go all in on this, understanding the timing of what we have, I want to make sure that's going to be around. Now, let's talk about just a few of those 12 to 15 projects. This is one example. So if you go, hey, look, give me some of the projects and like quick little overview, like one slide a piece. That's what we're going to do. So Galvin is a project that focuses on your health. So not only do I have an app that I can go on every day that rewards me for getting heart minutes, that rewards me for doing all of these, it's called proof of action, great things for my health, and I earn rewards. The rewards at first, like Monopoly money. I look at rewards, and again, if you read that article, how blockchain tokenization is going to disrupt $867 trillion in this space. You think about your credit card. I went to get gas. I'm like, I can use my debit card. I have the money, but wait a minute. Why did I use my American Airlines card? Because I want to earn rewards and miles to be able to transfer into money to be able to buy my wife and I tickets to go to Hawaii and Florida and all the fun places we like to travel. So when it comes to the Galvin app, they're rewarding you for doing the right things to improve your health. I can speak into this every day. I get rewards for doing a daily mental health check-in. And when I speak into it for 20 seconds, it hits 2,500 AI data points. And you can't fake it because I've tried. It'll tell you your energy, your mood, and your stress. Then it will take and give you recommendations on how to improve those. Galvin is working to where they can put your medical records on the blockchain. Right now, we don't own our medical records. The doctor's office owns the medical records. The hospital owns our medical records. They monetize our medical records. Can you imagine when you go to the doctor and you could give them a link that's on the blockchain and it gives them everything about your medical history, all your records? Then when you're done, you press a button and it's no longer available to them because you own your medical records and not them. Now you understand why everything is going to the blockchain. Everything is going to the blockchain and it's disrupting $867 trillion in traditional businesses. Grow. I was just in Puerto Rico. Okay, so Grow, for example, Will Taylor is one of the guys heading up this project, and met with him out in Puerto Rico. And we're 7 minutes away from a farm, one of their farms, that you can actually go and use your rewards to purchase produce and beef, fruits and vegetables, all that great stuff. Because right now, if we look, we don't even know where food's coming from. There's about 10 conglomerates that are listed on this slide. They control our food. Do you know that some of our food is being shipped all the way to China, our chicken, and it's being processed and sent back? We don't know what we're eating. So how would you like to be a part of Grow with this project where they're tracing the world's food? So you go to eat your steak, you scan this QR code, Farm Tracer will tell you this beef was raised in Omaha at this specific farm. There was no antibiotics used. It was free range. It ate this many pounds of grass. It ate this many pounds of fresh olives. That's why you're tasting that fresh, smoky flavor. Like, you know exactly where your food came from. And you can even find all the local places that have the same beef or the same produce. So that's a phenomenal project. And when I tell you that I'm highlighting these projects, when I went to Utah, I sat in a room for 2 days where each of these projects went an hour to 2 hours going through many slides, talking about all the things that they're doing. There's a farm here in Virginia. I just heard on a Zoom a little while ago that within the next couple of weeks, you'll be able to order direct from these farms. So you can have them shipped to you at a fraction of the price, and you know where your food is coming from and what's in your food. Element, okay, this guy, if you're a Discovery Channel watcher, okay, he was in Jungle Gold, and he saw all the crazy things that were happening in the mining world. They're using children, the blood diamonds, all of that stuff, what they're doing to the earth. So when I talk about these projects, these are people like, this is my baby. And so now they're working on ethical mining. When I was just in Puerto Rico again, they had Tiffany's number, I think it was number 7th most expensive diamond. Why would they have that? Because what they did in the mining world, they came up with these certificates. Because everyone, when they started purchasing these diamonds and different things, I want to make sure no children were used in the mining. But you can fake your certificate. You cannot fake the blockchain. So they want to put their stuff on the blockchain, which is really exciting. You have Switch. Okay, this lady, one of the most powerful ladies I've ever met, one of the nicest people I've ever met. She's the co-founder and creator of Discover Card. How many of you have heard of Discover Card? Well, she served as the president and chief of operations for Discover Bank from 2000 to 2006. Now, what she's doing with this project is she's working in emerging the digital currency space. Okay, so she serves on the board of several of the projects, but this is the whole banking system that is a wallet and a platform where we can have grandmother go to the bank, swipe a debit card, and it immediately converts that crypto into USDT. And you go, well, how does it work? I don't know. How many of you are like me and you don't understand how the internet works? You don't understand HTML, but we still use it. All I know is when I press the button in my car, it starts. I have no idea how that works, right? So here, they don't have to understand digital currency. They don't have to understand crypto. This project is based around that. Rev Rides. I don't know how many of you saw that Uber on, I think it was Valentine's Day, they got really ticked off all the drivers because they're messing with their money and they went on strike. Well, we're going to decentralize and have rideshare. Now, what does it mean when you decentralize something? There's no owner. There's no company. The node owners own it. It's one node, one vote, which means they're always going to vote for the right thing. So now we have Rev Rides, which, by the way, is testing in Miami as we speak. And I think they just opened up a second city. Okay. And again, Tony had a delivery company, right? A delivery company. You had to have a customer, you had to have a driver, and you had to have a restaurant. With rideshare, you need a driver and you need a customer. So now you're at the airport, and instead of doing Uber, you're like, why would I ride Uber when I can ride with Rev Rides? Not only is it not $50, it's $45, let's say. It's $5 cheaper. I can press one button and buy Rev tokens. I get rewarded. You get rewarded for riding with Rev. The driver gets rewarded for driving for Rev Rides. You rate the driver, you get additional rewards, right? They're rewarding the right behaviors. The driver rates you. The driver gets extra rewards. And then the node owners own it. Uber doesn't own it. So they can vote to make positive changes, do whatever they want to do that's going to be great for the community. And by the way, let's say you're in Puerto Rico, you're in Virginia, you're in Texas at one of these farms. You can have Rev tokens and convert it to Grow tokens and purchase your produce and purchase your beef. So all of these projects, if you look at Ethereum, there's 600 projects, but they're all basically competing against one another. We're on the Connect platform. We have about 15 projects, but their goal is 1,000, and they support one another, which is even more powerful. Now, if you recognize this guy, okay, it's not the Hair Club for Men, that's me. Okay, so I will be the CEO for the new project called Rally. And right now we're on a Zoom platform. None of us cared what platform we're going to use tonight, whether it was Zoom, GoToMeeting, Google Meet, it doesn't matter. But what if we have a platform that is decentralized, it's on the blockchain, it's secure, and every time you're on here, if I had Rally tonight, I could actually give every single one of you in your wallet free rewards. And then you have those rewards, and what if it goes up in value the next several months, right? So if you're earning rewards and you're becoming loyal to your own platform, why would you ever want to use anything else? Like, I've been on the phone, every entrepreneur that we're talking to, it's the craziest thing I've ever experienced. They want to throw money at us to get these nodes, and we're not even in launch. We're in pre-launch, right? So like, look, how can I send you $25,000, $100,000 or more? Because they understand this is going to be global instantly. Every entrepreneur is going to want to use it instantly, right? They're never going to want to use another platform because they're earning rewards by using the platform and sharing the platform. So that's in pre-launch. Rev and Rally are in pre-launch right now. Here's how it starts. Okay, I'm going to wrap it up in just the next few minutes. It all starts for free. Okay, with the person that invited you tonight, you can get their Connect link directly to them, set up a free account, free. You can go in the back office at that point, and then you can look at share, and there's videos in each of these projects and more. I just highlighted a few of them. Okay, then you can have your own invite link to start sharing with other people. I was on a Zoom